Hi, everybody. I traveled to Los Angeles to Dcon. What did I learn? Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a while, a couple weeks since I've done a video. I've been really busy with work, and obviously I did make the trip to Los Angeles to meet the Veve team and to meet the Veve fam to learn a couple things. Let me talk through a couple housekeeping things, and then we'll get right into it. So, if you were at Dcon, I was handing out these fun wristbands, and you can see these here. If you got one, tweet at me, and I will give you a link to my Discord. Previously, the only people allowed in my Discord were people who bought hats. But now I will also allow the wristband owners in. So I just give fun different hints, and obviously we connect and talk. If there's going to be some giveaways and other things. So if you have a wristband, definitely tweet at me, and I'll get you in. Second, hats. So many people have asked me about hats, so I think we're going to have to make that happen again. There'll be a different color. Not sure when. Probably in the spring sometime. So I don't know. I'll probably announce it in one of my videos, but you never know. I'll figure out something. There's another fun thing that I'm coming out with perhaps before the hats. Keep following me for more information on that. Okay, so what are my kind of thoughts on Los Angeles? Why did I go? Is it warmer than Minnesota? Yes. Los Angeles is warmer than Minnesota. I think it was 75 Fahrenheit when I left, and I got back and it was 25 Fahrenheit here in Minnesota. So boo-hoo for me. Okay, so why did I go? Obviously I went to have fun, meet some of the, Veve team and some of the other YouTube creators that I have been in connecting with, and some of the viewers that have contacted me and I've had great conversations with over the months. But really, I really wanted to discover a couple things for myself, and that's really something I talk about a lot on this channel is to, quote unquote, do your own research. And I think that I've obviously watched a bunch of videos and live videos and seen great pictures of these different events that Veve puts on, but I wanted to go and see it for myself, talk to the team for myself. You just get a different sense for it. And it was pretty incredible. I mean, it was definitely, and here's an odd thing, I actually think there was more energy and more excitement if you were actually there than you could see through any of the live videos or different pictures that I saw, which is actually amazing because you never know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's pretend, right? No, it was spectacular. And I recognize it's kind of like the most diehard Veve fans, and so, you're not going to get a lot of people walking around like questioning everything. No one's going to pay a ton of money to go to Los Angeles to FUD it. But on the other hand, it was fun to meet the team, and let me give you some of my insights. So I was able to meet Dan and David. They were spectacular, so gracious, definitely recognized me, which, you never know. And I didn't wear a hat, and I wore glasses there. I thought maybe I could be in disguise a little bit, but people recognized me, and a lot of them said it was because of my voice, which is interesting. So you never know. And so they were as gracious and thoughtful as advertised. They took time to talk to me. I didn't have a lot of time, but I was able to have some great conversations with them. I was able to give them each one, the last two hats that I have, I gave one to Dan and one to David, so that was spectacular. And I really just appreciated that. I know they are going to get more and more busy. I think that we maybe take it for granted that we can go to the events and see them, but it was still pretty cool. What else did I see? That team, and you could see it, that team is working very, very hard. I would almost say overworked. Overwhelmed might be a strong term. But even Alex, I give Alex a hard time. I've given Alex a hard time, win more marketing. But you could see that guy was really working hard and trying his best. And they have just so much stuff going on. Now, I know they've hired some additional people. And their addition of Veve in 3, I think, is spectacular. They did have a number of other people from the Veve team there, like Legal Dave, who's their lawyer, and a couple other of their internal artists were there. So we were able to meet those people, and they were also spectacular. But it was fun to see everybody and really connect with them on a one-to-one basis. Another thing that you never know, but you're able to see is that the independent artists really love Veve. So you could walk around through Dcon, and see all these different artists at their booths, and they were, signing stuff and selling stuff. If you asked them anything about Veve, they were very appreciative. And then you could see when they came to the booth and signed, and everybody was so excited, they definitely understand that this is kind of the new way things are going to go. This is building their brand. This is pushing them in a different direction. And I legitimately think they're appreciative of it. And you could see that their relationship with Veve was very strong. And you don't know, right? We just kind of see their stuff on the app. We have no clue what's going on behind the scenes, but you could see some of that while you were there. Let me quick talk about the Veveverse, and obviously I did see the demo. It was okay, and I only say okay because it's not like I did think it was spectacular in the sense that it was being able to see a lot of our collectibles. I was only able to see the inside demo. Apparently the outside demo was had a little bit more. But I have never been as intrigued by the Veveverse as other people. I think initially a little bit was, and I've talked about that because I used to play a lot of World of Warcraft. And so I was thinking, oh, the Veveverse is going to be like that, where we're going to have this world and we're going to, go on adventures together. No, I don't think, and it's not like that it can't be that eventually. I just think at this point, it's just more of a glorified vault, which there is something to be said about that. And then you can go see other people's vaults. But I think, and really this brings me back to a point that I'll finish with, is it's more the ability to see your collectibles and have fun with them, and also will assist in how we are becoming tighter and tighter as a community. And I'm going to talk about that because I think that is really the key to it all. The other thing which, as everything in the crypto space, as we know, with FTX and other things seems to be falling apart, Veve seems to be just growing stronger. I know the Omi token is down. I know some of the prices, most of the prices on the app are down. I know that the drops sometimes are not selling out. So, you might be like, why? What are you thinking? But when you go to an event like this, you can really see how the company is really in a slow but progressive manner getting bigger and bigger. And you got that sense, for example, like last year at this event, they had a table with a couple chairs, and then this year at the event, they have one of the best booths, hundreds of people there at any time, and Lamborghini, so it's just bonkers, right? And that's 12 months later. And so I think that, as I've said before, with this, recession and now all the stuff with FTX and crypto's just, in the tank, I think a lot of companies aren't gonna make it. But I do believe Veve is gonna be the ones that do. They're gonna understand how to get users, keep users, and build on what they have. And when we get out of the recession and kind of start moving up, they're going to be in a very, very good position of strength, I think. Okay, so let me talk about the last thing, which I think a lot of other people, including myself, beat the drum on, and that's this kind of concept of community. And let me do a better job of explaining it and defining it the way I have seen it. So a sense of community is the ability to meet new people, which oftentimes is hard. Even for myself, I joke that I'm, sitting here in my basement, which I am sitting here in my basement. But, and I work, I have my family. I mean, how many opportunities do I have to meet new people? And I do, because I used to go to the comic shop. I haven't as much lately because obviously we've been doing a lot of Veve. And I would connect with some people for 5 minutes. We'd stand outside the local comic book shop and talk about comics. It was great. But that was about the extent of it. And if you get involved with any of these NFT projects because of Twitter Spaces, because of YouTube, because of these things, you can connect with people really 24/7. You're connecting with people all around the world. These different technologies allow for it. And if the project is kind of set up right, it allows people to continually talk about it. And even though you initially may be talking about, the collectibles and whatnot, you eventually start forming these different relationships with people and kind of become friends with these people. And you could see that, and I could see that when I got finally face to face. Many of the people that I met there, some of them I had talked to online, some of them I had seen because I'd watched their YouTube channels, but many of them I've never seen, and yet I felt like I knew them. I was able to have great conversations with them. We were obviously did talk about some of the collectibles in Veve, but we just talked about all kinds of different things. And that ability is not like some of the things you see it normally. And that is the next step in my mind, like I've mentioned before, in collecting. It's this ability to create community where people can get together, form bonds, socialize. These NFT projects that are able to create these communities and then build on them are going to be the ones that not only last, but are making their mark, because this is going to be the new way that both products and brands establish themselves in this new Web3 world. As we move forward over the next couple years, as different brands that we know, whether that be Nike, Coke, Apple, etc., identify this and see this happening, they are going to know they need to have a solution to it. Veve's kind of already, I don't know if they'll ever do anything with Veve, but that is going to be the kind of blueprint for getting into the value proposition for Web3. Because once again, why would I do all this NFT crap? It's fun to do the collectibles. Yes, it is fun to collect the collectibles. But like I said, there has to be additional pieces that don't exist in this other world. Now, there are communities in the Web2 world, for example, Facebook, social media. But I think these Veve, with the way it's doing things, we're seeing something new, and I think it's kind of establishing that. And now we're seeing that with other NFT projects as well, with the back howls and some of the others that have been really, really successful. So that's about it. It was an incredible trip. I met so many people. I got great gifts. It was absolutely mind-blowing to me. I had my picture taken a bunch of times, which I'm not used to, and that was crazy, and really just fun to talk to people. If I saw you there, I appreciate those conversations. It was just a blur to me all, and it was fun but overwhelming for me. Either way, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon.